Welcome back. I made a goal for myself after I uploaded the video coming back of drawing every day. I kind of really I think what I really want to draw is people and interesting poses and just have it like as the realistic or like a comic book manga style where it's a little cartoony but it's semi-realistic. And I realized like that video I made was only 30 minutes long, or I only drew for 30 minutes that day, and I thought it was enough. But after doing some research and being realistic, I was like, oh, I need to be doing this hours every day. And originally, that really daunted me. I honestly kind of thought about giving up on it, but where does that leave me? Leads you nowhere. So I drew about 2.5 hours today. I'll probably squeeze in another 30 minutes. Nah, I'll probably go to bed. But I decided to go back to basics of just getting used to the shapes. I think it's always good to go back to fundamentals. Basketball players, they still practice layups. Well, I'm not a professional in anything, but you know what I mean? Because I need to really refresh, so I'm just going back to the cubes, cylinders, cones, and spheres. Uh, Trying to I guess just kind of doodling around. Uh, it already looks a little bit better. Here I'm trying to do some like full arm circles. I'm not trying to rush it. Some of these aren't looking great. But hey, I really want to stick to this to see how far I can make it and trying to stay motivated while drawing. It that seems to be a very common issue. I don't know how it is for other skills, but I just always notice it in drawing. Oh, right here, I'm trying to learn shading. I have no idea how this works. I'm like, oh, here's the beam of light, and I'm like, yeah, okay, this side is supposed to be a little bit lighter, and this side's supposed to be darker because it's not facing the light. But when I actually try to do it, doesn't. It just doesn't come out right. It's not dynamic. It's just flat. Right here, I think I'm gonna try to do a shadow on a sphere. See how that turns out. I have no idea how this works. This always tripped me up. Like I'll be able to draw like a perfect circle sometimes, but to imagine the shadow and the angle on it on a 2D surface is odd. I'm gonna start probably paying attention to things in real life that I can incorporate in drawing and just sit there and guess I don't know, look at a target sphere at noon. See if that works out. Uh, I do not have anything in frame right now, but I guess just staying motivated on this. Not motivated, disciplined. Discipline is the key because motivation is very easy. It charges you up and you're in the moment, but it's very fleeting. And if you're just trying to always chase motivation, it's an exhausting feeling because it's very powerful but short. It's just a short burst. What am I trying to do here? I'm trying to draw my coffee mug. I put it on the table after I took a little bit of break, and it was casting a shadow, and I thought, well, let's see if I can mimic this. The handle, it's off on a weird angle, and I'm trying to imagine the shadow of it. I'm I'm really stuck on that. Especially with faces, and if I can't even get the like the basic shape on it, then the basic shapes shadows, then I can't do faces. So after I stopped recording and I just practiced a little bit on shading shapes, and I finished the mug. I think my battery died. That's what happened. Actually, these don't look half bad. The mug doesn't quite make sense. I drew a ghost. That's pretty cool. That cube down there is probably the best I can. I think that's the closest of what it's supposed to look like. And I totally don't remember what I do. Oh yeah, okay. I tried to draw a cube very carefully using angles and um like vanishing point stuff just to get the the angles right and make sure everything is parallel. And it kind of worked. And then okay, and then shadow time. I know the edge is supposed to be darker, which makes sense, and more light can come through. And I try to like cross hatch the the angles of the different sides of the cube if to try to make it sense in my brain. I'm not sure if that's actually what is happening in, well, probably not in real life, but like an artist's mind, someone that draw that. And I was trying to watch a video of like, okay, imagine the light source hitting this cube, but it still doesn't make sense to me. I'm gonna have to really try to study that. I just I'm not sure. Is it supposed to be like imagining a cone like flattening over the cube? I have no idea. But right here, I was trying to follow along in a tutorial, and I don't think I got any of the angles right. It kind of, well, actually, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I kind of accidentally made it work because that left cube looks like the cube is in a corner against a wall. You see what I mean? I'm not sure. I'll go with that because that actually kind of makes more sense. And then try to draw a sphere with a shadow. Kind of works, and I don't know how to make a sphere not look, well, like a circle. That's probably the toughest part, but the most useful one. That middle circle actually looks alright at the top. Oh, and this part, I decided just to get used to drawing circles, I just drew a bunch of circles within this circle. Yeah, I'm gonna fill the whole thing. But I guess it'd be a good time to really try to set my goals of what I want to accomplish. Maybe I'll give myself a year until I can imagine a body pose from and draw it from memory, especially dynamic poses, and definitely try to draw from reference poses. And oh, and here's the finished project of that. It was kind of once I got like halfway through, it was really boring. But I decided just to finish it. But I want to be able to draw a person from reference and hopefully from imagination too. Reference really has been helping. But I'll have to hit the ground running the next day. I'll try to go for 3 hours. I actually drew a really nice figure after I've been practicing shapes for so long. And of course, I didn't record it on camera. I recorded off camera, and I'm like mad at myself that I didn't get the full thing. But I feel like I kind of do worse on camera. Maybe it's just more pressure, and I just need to kind of just let my brain loose on it. Because when there's no camera, I'm like, oh, well, this isn't going to be in the video. So maybe I'm more relaxed. I was kind of, I think I kind of rush a lot of things when it's in the context of video. But I need to put in the mindset that it's the context of improving at drawing.